Christian.
Gross.
Oh,
Did I
Ryan
freeze?
Peck.
Yep, you're back. Redo the intro.
Yeah, there we go.
Take
Welcome
two.
back to Starcastic Remarks along with Christian and James. My name is Ryan. We are the official Dallas Stars podcast of THPN. Go and use the promo code THPN next time you are there to use their app. Sorry for freezing. The Dallas Stars also freeze tonight. They lose by a final score of 4-1 to the Edmonton Oilers. There's a couple of things in this game that I'm specifically frustrated at overall, gentlemen, but overall, I didn't think they played a bad game. There was just a couple of really, really, really dumb, stupid mistakes is what led to their infidelity in this game, I guess you could say. What's y'all's initial thoughts?
That's weird. I'm going to kind of disagree with. I'm going to be the pessimistic one on this one, I guess. I thought the Stars played pretty bad. I understand they don't have a second line, but they were just outskated the entire game. I mean, there was definitely stretches when the Stars played good. The first 10 minutes were really good. The push in the second period was very good. Up to the point where Johnston scored, we were very good in the third period. But when the Oilers were going, we had nothing. There was no pushback. It was really bad. And after that third goal, to see no push at the end, that was very sad too, honestly, in my opinion. For a team that has shown that they're able to come back late in games from crazy deficits, to see no push was really just sad.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of that is just the first line being on the drought that they have been, really. I mean, they basically only score on the power play right now. If they're not on the power play, they're not getting hardly any zone time even recently.
So just to talk about that for a second, Robertson has one shot tonight. Jamie Benn has 2 shots. Pavelski has 2 shots. Robehans has 4. And Wyatt Johnston has 5. So obviously the two people you really want shooting, Johnston and Hintz, they were the ones shooting, but that's not enough. Robertson's a 40 goal scorer. He needs to be shooting more, and they did highlight that to their credit during the broadcast tonight. But there was just a couple of things highlighted in this game tonight that I was very frustrated with. First things first, Ottinger, we need to give him credit. He had a much, much better game compared to the last game he played, and he looked more of himself. Yep. I wouldn't say the completely dominate, take away a game kind of Otter, but an Otter that is top 10 goalie in the league caliber, can win you games kind of goalie tonight.
To me, him playing as good as he did, I mean, it's the Edmonton Oilers. They average 4 goals a night, and really, we should have held them to 2 in this game. Mm-hmm. And even the 2 that we let up were not his fault at all.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a return to form to me. It seemed like he played a lot better.
What was the most frustrating thing for you guys tonight? Because there's one thing I want to talk about. It was the most frustrating thing.
To me, I didn't get to watch the first 2 periods, so I had to listen to the first 2. So I only got to watch the third period.
You missed out.
My hockey was
the first 2 periods.
Great. Because we were playing so good. We kept pushing. Weren't playing in our zone at all. Johnston scores the goal, and then what do? We take a penalty. And then it looks like we're going to do fine on that penalty. The Oilers ice the puck on the power play, and we get an offensive zone draw. We win the draw. We get a shot on net. We get the puck after we got the shot on net. And then Kiwi Ronta probably makes the stupidest decision he has ever made in his entire time playing hockey. And he tries to pass through 5 people.
That's exactly what I wanted to point out is, and the one thing you didn't talk about, James, and what I was most frustrated with was their response after the Stars scored a goal. Dallas's response after they scored a goal. They knew that Edmonton was going to come after them. And I know that Hakanpää, I'm not going to blame Hakanpää completely because it was just kind of a, he fell and it looked like a trip. It looked like a trip. But the thing is the effort that they showed after that goal, they knew that Edmonton was going to come after them. And instead of pushing even further, which is what they should do, they totally killed the momentum of their own doing. They killed it themselves. And you first off, you have to give full credit to Edmonton and how they played tonight. They played very well. They played better than the Stars. They deserve to win tonight. But when the Stars had a chance to maybe possibly get a point out of this game or maybe even steal this game, They shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah,
Absolutely shot themselves in the foot. And that's the most thing I'm frustrated about because go ahead.
I mean, to me, that's all on the first line. I mean, I didn't look at specifically who was on the ice after we scored that goal, but it should have been the first line. Johnston's line scored the goal. You want your first line to be out there to push the momentum. I mean, that they haven't been the first line for at least 2 or 3 games now. It really feels it. I mean, when we get the injuries, we need that line to be on top of their game to be able to continue to win games, because we had all 3 lines scoring before. That's how we went 8 games scoring 4 or more goals. When you lose one of those lines, you got to step up, and it hasn't felt that way at all.
Yeah. And you hit one of the 2 keys for me, James. Having Seguin and Marchment out, we don't have a second line anymore. I mean, we said when we got Domi and Dodonov, we had 3 scoring lines. We have 2 again, and that's not good.
And the biggest thing is, like, Domi isn't a goal scorer either. He's supposed to be the playmaker between the 2 goal scorers, and we lost both the goal scorers. It's even worse.
Yeah. And then the other thing is we're one of the best overall special teams in the league, and we got dominated in both sides of it. We 0 for 3 on the power play with allowing a shorthanded goal, and we allowed the Oilers a power play goal in the most crucial time when we needed a kill. I mean, you say taking a penalty in that time is awful, and it is. It's a bad time to take a penalty, but you can also use that to build momentum too. And the Stars have done that with their penalty kill, and they weren't able to do it. And we're not out penalty killers. Our penalty killers are on the ice. We have all of them again, and they couldn't get the kill done.
It looked like they were going to do it, and then Kiviranta made the dumbest pass ever. McDavid's on the ice. You can't put the puck in a place where it's going to be an open ice for any amount of time. He's going to get it.
Yeah. And honestly, passing at all when you're on the offensive zone on the penalty kill is stupid. Bad. You should just shoot.
And if
you shoot or dump it back in your own zone.
Yeah.
Or just pin it against the boards and waste time.
Yeah.
Pin it against the board and waste time.
Cross crease pass is the last thing you should do.
It wasn't just cross crease. It was literally through 5.
Out of the zone, too, on top of that. On top of that. Straight out of the zone.
It's awful. Really, that's what killed the game to me. I mean, it really, with playing against the Oilers, it feels a lot more like one mistake does in the game. I mean, we had this last time we played them too. Miro made that one mistake, and that felt like that was the game. That was it. He made one mistake all game long, and we felt that was the only thing that happened all night long. That's all I remember from that game.
Yeah. Injury update since I brought it up. Seguin is expected to come back next week. They said practice early next week probably, and hopefully he'll play by the end of the week. Marchment's out for a month though, so right as soon as he got going, he gets hurt. Just like I said, as soon as we get some guys in from the trade pool, we're gonna get some injuries, and boy did we lost the whole second line.
Hopefully, though, he gets back before playoffs.
It's looking like he should, but
I don't think we will see him before playoffs. My own opinion, but I think it will be the playoffs when he comes back. Okay, well here's the other thing. We're hampering on Kiviranta because, and I think this is why we're hampering on him so much, is because I thought the Stars honestly played okay today. I thought they played well, especially in the second period. Chris, I think you mentioned it, and then Razor also mentioned it. They just weren't slick enough. He talked about Vaseline during the broadcast. There was just something off about them just a little bit. I didn't think they played bad enough to lose. They just didn't play well enough to win.
And
because that one mistake is so egregious compared to, I mean, there weren't a ton of egregious mistakes by a lot of players tonight. And if there were like Miller, for example, Miller had a really bad turnover. But there was that one point in the game where he actually covered up one of Miro's mistakes. So he kind of made up for it. Kiviranta, he's just not a goal scorer. And that's what we're really needing right now because we don't have our top 2 players. So that mistake looks especially egregious. Does that thinking kind of make sense?
Yeah. It does, but you have to make smart plays when you're playing this team. I mean, it's literally the 2 best players in hockey on the same team. You make any dumb mistake like that, they're going to score on.
Yeah. And when you look at it, who really beat us? It was McDavid.
Yep.
Game-winning goal plus the insurance goal. Both of them were all McDavid great plays. We let McDavid beat us, and that's the last thing you can do against the Oilers is let McDavid beat you.
we played great for 50 minutes, honestly. Letting up 2 goals against an Oilers squad like this and how they're rolling too, that is amazing, honestly.
We played good defensively.
Yeah, we played how we wanted to play, and we blew it at the end.
Yeah.
So that's what's frustrating to me, because we played so good defensively. We got the 1 goal. You just got to get through the penalty kill. And even if, then you got like 4 minutes left still, and you can try to score a goal, and then you have 2 minutes with the goalie pulled. It feels but regardless, it feels a lot different. And that 1 goal just it blows the entire momentum. It blows pretty much the rest of the game.
Yeah.
It just felt like you just needed 1 to get going. I mean, again, full marks to Edmonton and how they were playing in front of Skinner. And Skinner
played great.
Skinner played well. I would say he made some lucky saves for me, especially. There were a couple of instances where he did not see the puck at all. It just hit him, and he got lucky.
It seemed like he was fighting traffic good. I'm going to give him some more credit there. He made some crazy blocker saves through traffic. I think he saw the puck. So I'm going to give him more credit than you are. I thought he played fantastic.
Skinner's been really good recently for the Oilers, too. He's on a heater right now.
Well, the other... I wasn't mad after the first period. I wasn't. I really wasn't. It was 2-0, but the first goal, it was a backdoor play, which we'll talk about that here in a second. It was a backdoor play. Okay, fine, whatever. But the thing I was mostly frustrated with was the fact that was the third period. It was that they shot themselves in their own foot when they had an opportunity to win the game or get some sort of point off it or something. But because, you can't blame them for the first period. The first goal is a backdoor play. The second goal, it's just a great save by Skinner. It goes the other direction. It's a 2-on-1. It goes in the back of our net. I mean, stuff like that happens. And we've done that to teams before where Otters made an amazing save. It goes the other direction and the Stars get a goal off of that. It just really stinks that that's what happened in the course of the game. So,
and it's not like this game is Kiviranta's fault, in my opinion, but that doesn't mean that it's.
let me rephrase
unlikely
it
for the game to. Yeah, please do. I can't find the words.
Let me rephrase it. He cost us the game, but he is not the reason why we lost the game. Is that fair? It's not 100%.
He cost us a goal at the worst possible time.
He cost us a chance. We had a chance before that happened, and
I thought we had more of a chance. It
felt good. It felt like we were
rolling really good, and again, the penalty kill was looking fine. The Oilers were kind of choking on it, and then we let them right back into the game.
Yep.
So it's just dumb. Okay. At the end of the first period, I did write that this just shows how much we miss Seguin and Marchment, like you mentioned earlier, Chris. And what was funny is that at this point, I didn't even think about the first line. It just didn't even occur to me. And what I wrote down is that one of these 3 guys really needs to score a goal tonight. Foxa, Dellandrea, or Kiviranta. We needed one of those 3 guys to score us a goal tonight if we had a chance of getting into this game. Because lately we've been seeing that Ben, Dodonoff, and Johnston line kind of produce for us. And the first line, I'm sorry, it just didn't look like they were going to be able to do anything tonight. So I was just thinking, we really need a goal from one of those 3 guys, and we didn't get it.
Yeah, definitely agree with that take. And I think you felt exactly right about it. For some reason, the first line just didn't look like they had it.
And I'll fight for the first line a little bit because they look like they don't have it a lot of nights, and then sometimes they'll just score out of nowhere. That's really what it is. They're like every game they're like 3 seconds from clicking constantly, just scoring on every shift, and it's just they're in a rough patch right now.
Max Domi had a couple of good chances tonight too, and
by himself.
By himself,
which is
not even
the
on his
unfortunate
line.
part,
right? So there was one instance, and again, I know he's a playmaker first, and that's really how he does it. But there was an instance in the second period when the Stars had all of the momentum going. They were getting all the scoring chances. They were pressing down deep in the Edmonton zone. They were getting a lot of good stuff going on for him. He forced a turnover and then immediately passed it and gave it away back to Edmonton. And it was like a prime scoring chance. And I'm like, Domi, shoot the puck.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Shoot.
For me, that's honestly more of like a coach not telling him that. Because like when both of your line mates get hurt, now he has 2 fourth liners on his line now.
Yep.
Someone's got to tell him, dude, you're the one who's scoring on this line.
Yeah.
Don't pass it. Don't do that.
Especially Fox. I mean, I'll praise Fox for being good on the fourth line, but for how good he is on the fourth line, he is terrible on a scoring line. He looks like he can't do it at all.
I mean, Domi has 2 shots on the night, and with him being really the only scoring option on that line, he should have at least 4 or 5.
He should have
right
4 or
now.
5. Yeah, agreed. But again, I agree that's a coaching thing. You got to tell him that when he gets put on that line.
So let me lead to this because this is something that I kind of agree with, and I think it needs to be done. I think it's time to call up one of your top 6 guys from the AHL because what you need right now is hold on. Let me finish. I know y'all want to get in on this.
Yeah.
You need some scoring, and I know that the AHL is different, and I know it's slower, and I know that these guys haven't been called up, but there is an obvious hole right now with the Stars forwards. Dellandrea is not the answer. Kiviranta is not the answer. Now, Olofsson has not he hasn't hurt the Stars.
I think they tried Olofsson on that line too. And I thought when they did put Olofsson with Domi, it didn't look bad.
But that's not the thing we need right now. We don't need not bad. We need goals. And
it looked better than with Fox on it, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, and that's fair. But again, and it's not Olofsson's fault, but the fact is Olofsson, the best place to put him in the role that he's sufficed in is not on the second line. It's on the fourth line. And right now we have too many bottom 6 forwards in the lineup, and we need somebody that can come in and score. Now, I don't even know what the Stars cap situation is right now. I don't know if we can even send Olofsson down back to the AHL and call somebody else up. But I think this is the time to at least look at that and kind of decide, okay, you need to call up Maverick Bork. I think this is the time you give him a shot and you let him play with Max Domi because Maverick Bork has shown that he can score some goals. He's had a very good season down in the AHL. And the thing is you need to try something because what you have right now is not working. And it's not Olofsson's fault. It's not Kiviranta's fault. It's not it's not Dellandrea's fault. Dellandrea had a great game tonight. They don't have that ability to score right now. And they don't. And we need somebody that can come in and score. And if you have that ability to at least try it, why not try it? If it doesn't work, then fine. Send them back down, give them a 2-game tryout. If it doesn't work, send them back down and then call Olofsson right back up.
Yeah. And really this is the time to do it because you're looking at playoffs now. If we have Seguin and Marchment hurt in playoffs, what are you doing? I mean, this team is not going to beat anyone without either of those guys. Having one, okay, but like both of them out, we got to find something that's going to work against a playoff team.
And let's be sure to clarify, that's not a knock on the Stars. Any team without their second line would be very
true.
very damaged.
You got to find something though.
Yeah, you can't just accept losing though. I agree. Yeah.
And this is the perfect time to just try whatever weird funky thing you want because I mean, we're going to make the playoffs. I know we're fighting for the first spot in the division right now, but
who cares? We just make the playoffs, man. Get home ice advantage.
If you don't have those players, if you don't have those players anyway, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right now when we have two important guys injured, it does feel like we're kind of scratching and clawing more than cruising.
Yep.
And then I guess we need to get into the whole Lundqvist debate, and I don't think that having him in the lineup would have helped because for the most part the defense was not the problem tonight.
Well, I that's not the problem though. It's like you're playing a faster team and you're not putting your faster defensemen on the ice with them. I mean, there was lots of times where our defensemen just got beat to pucks because they're just slower. I mean, it's very obvious against a team like Edmonton how slow our D-core really is.
Yeah, that's true. And my other argument, you're only playing Hanley 12 minutes a night.
Yeah.
You're playing Lundqvist more than that.
Heiskanen had 20 minutes before the 16 minute mark
Yeah.
of the third period.
Yeah. So
It's
and
insane,
if you're not gonna play Hanley, but you would have played Lundqvist, then why isn't Lundqvist in the lineup? I really don't understand that. Maybe they're just doing the rest thing again because Nils does do good after breaks, and he's shown that he's not really up to speed on an NHL schedule yet. But goodness,
He's
been out a while now.
Give him
Yeah.
back.
So, I mean, the other thing we can talk about is just the Stars didn't take advantage on the power play tonight. So, but it's been good lately, so you can't really fully criticize it. You can just criticize it in this one game.
And that kind of goes back to the first line.
Yeah, that's fine. It's been the last two games too. I mean, they didn't look great in the Canucks game either. I mean, the two people on the power play who scored was a pass from Heiskanen to Ben. That sounds like the third line to me.
True.
All right. Well, I think we've pretty much talked about just about anything. Oh, everything. Sorry. We do need to talk about the Yamamoto goalie interference non-call. I thought that was like pretty obvious.
It was very obvious. He only doesn't get called on it because he's small. That's literally the only reason.
He's 5'8". Yeah, he is tiny, but I mean it was prime goalie interference. Now
he just ran him over. That's all that happened.
Did Ottinger sell it? Maybe
Absolutely.
a little bit. Absolutely sold it a little bit.
I mean,
but
you can only fall back.
Yeah.
You can't fall forwards. Where is he supposed to go?
Oh man.
Either way, that's goalie interference. And if it's any guy other than that guy, like literally any other player on the ice, it would have been called.
So, long story short, first line needs to be a lot better. They need to actually score goals. We need to be able to rely upon them like we did way more last year than we have this year.
Especially when we don't have a second line.
Especially when we don't have a second line.
That's the key thing for me.
And I think it's time to look at the possibility of sending Olofsson down and bringing Bork up. I think he's the answer to at least give him a shot. I mean, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
Fair point. Can't wait till Seguin comes back.
Yeah, that will, and again, that will help a little bit. But again,
I
still
think
got
that helps a lot.
That helps a lot. You think about
It's
Fox
the
going down to
difference
the fourth
between-
line and Dellandrea, Seguin, Domi. That feels a lot better.
Yeah, it's the difference between having 2/3 of a line still there and 1/3.
Yeah.
You're getting more than half of that line.
Yeah.
Yep. Just our best players were not better than their best players. So
And we really need
I think that perfectly sums up the game right there. So, okay. Anything else, gentlemen? I don't think we. Oh no, biggest loser, biggest winner. Sorry, real quick.
Biggest
Biggest
winner,
loser.
Johnston. He's been crazy. He is so consistent. I can't believe he's still doing it this well, this late in the season as a rookie, a 19-year-old rookie at that. He hasn't had anything close to an NHL schedule before, and he is handling it like it's no problem.
Yeah, he's cruising through it. In fact, he's gotten a crazy point run going on here.
He's arguably better. So
yeah,
whatever his offseason conditioning was, I'd like to know it because that's nuts.
Yeah, he's now 1 goal behind top rookie goal scorer.
Yeah,
so that's a little insane.
No, I think he's tied.
No, Beniers has 20.
Beniers does have 20?
19.
Okay.
Yeah, he got 19.
But if he becomes the number 1 rookie goal scorer, that pretty much locks himself in for at least a nomination for rookie of the year.
No, I agree with you, James. I think it's just for a vote, just because nobody's watching him right now.
One single vote.
A third place vote.
My biggest winner is Miro Heiskanen, 9-game point streak. I mean, he's also what's making that third line run as well as it is. I mean, he had the assists on all 3 of our last goals. He's had an assist on. So he's creating so much offense right now. It's insane. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, it sounded like you were going to.
It sounded like more was coming. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else to say.
For me, biggest loser obviously has got to be Kiviranta because that game did cost us. That play cost us the game tonight. And then for my biggest winner, because I gave him the biggest loser like 2 or 3 games ago, I'll give it to Jake Ottinger. He was very good again tonight, and he was playing against the best players in the NHL. So I think that's a good thing for him to do.
My biggest loser is Yanni Hakanpää. His lack of speed very much exposed tonight. I mean, if you wanted to get around him, you got around him pretty easily. Did not look good.
Actually, that's one thing that I thought Suter did relatively good. He just didn't skate up as far tonight.
Yeah.
He was back for everything. So,
Yep.
My biggest loser is Delandria for slipping in front of his own net and giving up an empty goal.
Oh,
That was
he deserves.
That was a little embarrassing.
He deserves the biggest loser for that. That's really bad. Open eyes all by yourself.
Okay, well, first things first before we close up. Happy birthday to my 2 kids, Sam and Maddie. They have the exact same birthday. No, they are not twins. Sam is 6 years old. Maddie is 3 years old today. They're already asleep, but it is still their birthday. So happy birthday to them. Daddy loves you both. And not to dawn off, but like legit daddy right here. And then second thing we got to mention, I was so upset that they stopped the goalie fight between Bennington and Fleury. 31 fan bases wanted to see Hall of Fame goaltender Marc-Andre Fleury go and beat the crap out of Jordan Bennington. I wanted it so bad.
I think it would be 31 and a half. I think half of Blues fans don't like Bennington either. The dude's a punk. Everyone hates him.
He got suspended for 2 games too.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
Should have been.
Yes, I did see that.
The dude, he has so many they're just temper tantrums. The dude looks like a child out there.
He gave up 3 goals. They were up 3-2. No, 4-1. I think at one point, maybe it was 4-2, and then he gave up 3 goals in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'd be really interested to meet him one time. I want to meet him once just to see how terrible of a person he is, because it seems like a really bad person.
I don't think he's a bad person. Most hockey players are not bad people.
He shows it opposite on the ice. That's
the way he plays on the ice. He seems like a bad person.
Okay, well we say that about like Brad Marchand and stuff like that.
No, I don't think so.
He just plays hard. He doesn't throw temper tantrums.
He plays hard.
Punch people in the face because he played bad.
Yes, he does. Not as bad as Bennington. When Marchand crosses the line, it's when his team is losing.
And
it's not as bad. But he is a whole lot better player than Jordan Bennington is. Like by far, it's not even close.
And he's doing it during the competition. Like it's not after the fact that he's just jawing and mouthing off and being
especially after a goal, man. That was the worst part to me. They score a goal and you instantly go and punch him in the face, dude.
Yeah,
really?
It's like, how old are you? 7? This is like a 2nd grade move. Like, you scored on me. Oh my god!
Way to show him.
Okay, guys. And then last thing is the Calgary game a must win?
No, but
Brooke answering over here. Asking a question.
We'll be panicked pretty good if we lose that game, though.
The one thing I will say is that the rest of our schedule is not hard. So we have to end out the season, we have Calgary, Seattle, the Penguins, then it gets easier. You go Canucks, the Blackhawks.
I said we've lost twice to the Vancouver.
Yeah, whatever. You have the Blackhawks, Arizona. Then you have one more against the Avalanche. Then you get to play Nashville, the Flyers. The last hard game of the season is against the Golden Knights, and then you have then you have the Red Wings and 2 games against the Blues to round it out. So it's honestly not too hard of a schedule.
Looks like we're in prime position to keep the number 1 spot.
Yeah, except Minnesota is on a 14-game point streak.
Oh.
So
they're rolling right now. It's insane.
Which makes me I just don't know if we're going to keep it, gentlemen. And we thought it was going to be Colorado, and it looks like it's going to be Minnesota.
Come out of nowhere.
Okay, let's wrap it up tonight. Y'all got anything else?
Sad sports fan. The Ags got embarrassed in March Madness tonight as well at the exact same time. Yep. Bad sports day for Chris.
Bad sports day for Chris. Although you can't fully complain. You were sitting here talking about before the pod how many different frisbee buckets you got today. You got like 30 discs, an exaggerated 30.
Shout out to Emil Boutranoy. He's amazing. He gave me a lot of frisbees.
He's literally holding like a $50 frisbee right there. It's ridiculous. Okay, guys, thank you all for listening tonight. We appreciate y'all listening along with us if you're listening live, and also for those of you that are listening afterwards, please go and check out sarcasticremarks.com for all the latest merch options. Go to sarcasticremarksshop.com. Again, we're going to be live doing a live episode in person. I didn't say live again. At the American Airlines Center against the Vancouver Canucks, March 25th. Live. In person. Live. And along with Chris and along with James, my name is Ryan. We will catch you guys on the flip side, and we hope you guys have a good, fantastic morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you guys are listening. We will catch you guys again on Saturday?
Yep.
Saturday. Bye.
Against the Flames.
Against the Flames. Bye.